Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we are doing another soap video. I haven't done one in a while, so I thought I would do one today. It's kind of rainy and yucky outside, so I thought let's make some soap. My stock is getting a little bit low. We've sold a lot of soap lately, so I want to kind of build our stock up. So and just a reminder, we do have an Etsy shop, so you can go and check that out. We do ship anywhere in the United States. If you live local, we have a farm store, so you can come and shop there. Yeah, check out our Etsy shop. That is Danny's Dream Acres is the name of the shop. Okay, so let's get started. So today we are making watermelon sugar soap, which I just made this like maybe 2 months ago, and I'm already sold out. I sold the last bar over the weekend. So we're gonna get started and make that. So our ingredients are, of course, our goat milk cubes from our ladies. Thank you, ladies. We do have some sodium hydroxide. This one is from Nature's, what is it called? Nature's Garden. I love theirs. You can't really tell, but they're like teeny tiny little beads. They melt the soap so quickly and so easily. We are using the watermelon sugar fragrance oil from Brambleberry. I am also using magenta mica clay. And I'm using this green, which is called dark green mica. And both of those are from Brambleberry also. All right, so let's get started. Oh, and one more thing. And we are also using poppy seeds. We'll use a little of these. These are great for exfoliant in the soap, but we're not using a whole lot, so it's not something that's going to be abrasive to your skin. But these will mimic the watermelon seeds. Okay, let's get started. All right, so we've got our goat milk cubes here. So this is 11 ounces of goat milk cubes. It is actually more like 11.1 was, I think, the measurement. And then 4.7 ounces of the sodium hydroxide. So we are going to just start pouring that in here a little bit at a time to get these goat milk cubes melted down to a liquid. You can see that these tiny beads from Nature's Garden, they just get the milk cubes to melt so quickly. It's like much faster than any of the other brands that I've tried. Plus, they're so teeny tiny that you're never left with any chance of big chunks of sodium hydroxide in your soaps. Well, this is going to move along rather quickly. It's melting it pretty well. So what's the weather like where you guys are? So here in Northern Virginia today, we're probably about 60 degrees, I'm going to guess. I'm not really 100% sure on that, but I think we're about 60 degrees. It's been raining all day. We've been getting a lot of rain lately, which I'm really not going to complain, but we're just not getting a chance to finish up stuff outside. All right, look at that. It's all melted. And we're done with our sodium hydroxide. Okay, so let's get a temperature here and see what we're looking like. Alrighty. All right, so we are going to add our oils now. I think we've got everything nice and mixed up in here now. All right, so let's add our oils. And I am going to save just a little bit to add to my magenta. And wait, where's my green? My green. Just a little, just so I can get them mixed up really good. Okay. All right, so let's stir these up really quick. So we'll make sure that we don't have any clumps of mica clay. That one's good. Okay, that one's good also. All right, let's give this a stir. Get everything mixed in really good with the oils. All right. I'm going to get our hand mixer out. All right, I am going to go on ahead and stir in our fragrance. All right, I don't want it to get too runny, so I'm going to go on ahead and pour what I want to in here. And then I'll continue to mix it in here. And then that way, I want a little bit more of the red than the green. Okay. Okay, we're going to stop on that one. And we're going to come over here and mix up the green. Okay, stop there. We don't want it to get too thick. I want to also add my poppy seeds into my pink. That there. Now, we're not going to use a whole lot of poppy seeds. Let's do a half a tablespoon. Let's a little bit less than a half. Let's stir it around and see what that looks like. I'll see how thick it's getting. I'm going to make sure those are distributed all the way around, not in a big clump. Okay. All right. We're ready to pour it into our mold. So we're going to pour the bread in first. this time, the pink in first this time. We're just going to dump it all in. Because that's going to be the pink part of the watermelon. Okay. We're going to go on ahead and kind of bounce that. Any air bubbles, we're going to get them out. Okay, and then we're going to let that sit for a minute. I want it to kind of thicken up so that when I dump this in, it doesn't go through. It stays on top. So we're going to keep stirring the green up just to keep it moving. See how we're looking. Yep, it's nice and thick. Okay, so now we're gently, very gently, going to pour this on the top. I don't want it to go through. I want it to stay on the top, because this is like the rind of your watermelon. Smooth this out very gently. Make sure that we've got it even on the top. Make sure we've got it all in the corners. I'm actually not even going to do a design. Normally I do a design on the top, but I think I'm just going to leave it flat this time, because when you buy watermelon, it's flat. And I think the prettiness of this soap is the red with the green and then the seeds. So we're just going to leave it. Let me clean up around the edges here. Okay. I think that's good. All right, so I'm going to put this in the freezer, and it's going to sit in the freezer for 24 hours. And then I'm going to pull it out, let it sit on the counter in the mold for 2 days. And then we'll take it out of the mold, let it sit again for another couple of days, and then we'll cut it. So we'll be back when this is ready to be sliced. So that will be in 5 days. So that's going to be, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll see you on the weekend. All right, guys, we'll see you soon.